Alrighty, good afternoon everybody. Welcome to Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I'm Spokane Steve, of course, and it's the Chicago Cubs at the St. Louis Cardinals today. The middle game of a 3-game set. And hello to Franklin. Hi, Michael. Hello, Mike. Hello, Kelly. Let's hear more about those steaks, Franklin. That sounds really good. Man, now you're making me realize I'm hungry. This should be a good game. Both of these teams coming in an even 17-17. The Cubs won the first game of the series. We want Mookie, we want Stroud. That would make him a Strat Cat. Well, he kind of is already, as he tries to navigate the table, often to my chagrin, as he kind of upsets the setup here a little bit sometimes. Right now, though, he's resting comfortably in his usual spot. He's in his box seat. The skybox, right? He's in his skybox. Starting pitchers today, it's going to be Ken Holtzman for the Cubs, Nelson Briles for the Cardinals. Both with good cards. I'll flip him over here. You can take a look. Holtzman, as you would expect, better against lefties. And Briles better against righties. I'm taking a look at Briles right now. Briles has not been treated well by the replay so far. So let's take a look at those numbers. Holtzman has been outstanding. He leads his team in ERA. He's 4-1 with a 2.34 ERA, 5 starts, 3 complete games. He's also made 1 relief appearances, 42 innings, 38 hits, 13 walks, and 35 strikeouts. Not so pretty for Briles. Briles 0-1 with a 7.65 ERA. He's made 3 starts, 6 relief appearances, 20 innings of work. He's been hammered for 29 hits and 7 walks. And that brings me to a point, of course. Pitchers in a low amount of innings, do these stats mean all that much? Not really. Briles has only worked 20 innings. A 7.65 ERA. That could, in 20 innings, that could be the result of 1 bad inning, realistically. Right? The card clearly better than that. Although being a starter reliever, you'll notice he is only rated 5 for endurance. So expect the bullpen to be somewhat busy for St. Louis today. And Mike noticed it first. Yeah, Ernie's out of the lineup. Let's get to the Cubs lineup. I'll give you the whole thing here. Adolfo Phillips in center leads it off. Glenn Beckert at second base. Billy Williams will be in right field hitting third. Ron Santo, the cleanup man, at third base. George Altman gets the start at first base today. Randy Hundley will do the catching. Byron Brown in left, and Don Kessinger at short, with Holtzman hitting ninth. The Cardinals, with the leather, have Tim McCarver behind the dish. Cepeda at first. Javier and Buchek up the middle. Phil Gagliano gets a start at third base. That might be his first start of the season. Let me look at him here. Hang on a second. He might have started another game. 13 games played, 22 at-bats, 5 walks, so 27 plate appearances in 13 games. Yeah, he started before. That's over 2 plate appearances per game, so mostly a pinch hitter. He's probably started a couple of games. Tolan, Flood, and Shannon left to right in the St. Louis outfield, and we're about ready to get underway here on a Tuesday. Briles ready to work. Here's Adolfo Phillips now to start things off. Adolfo hitting .305 on the season. 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. Bryles into the windup. And here we go. It's a .310 right-handed. He bangs one over into right field and down the line. Shannon chasing it down. Phillips rounds and heads for second, and he is in there with a leadoff double. And here we go. So a .310 righty, double to right field. Adolfo with wheels, too. Adolfo, a big addition for the Cubs, came over in that big trade with the Phillies, one in which the Cubs also acquired Ferguson Jenkins. It is both, Michael, and welcome, Jeffrey. I can't argue with either of those things. Here's Beckert now. Beckert batting .340 on the season. No home runs, 11 RBIs. Runner at second, nobody out. Bryles checks the runner. The pitch to Beckert's a 5-6 right-handed. That's going to be a grounder to shortstop, fielded by Buchak. Looks the runner back and throws him out, 1 away. And here comes Billy Williams now. Williams hitting .291. Leads the club in homers with 9. And he has 22 runs batted in, tied for second on the club. Actually a 3-way tie for second on the club with Brown and Hundley. Bryles staring in. There's the pitch to Billy Williams. That's going to be a 4-7 left-handed. It's a single to 19. He's got it. Knocked down at first by Cepeda. He has no play. Phillips will hold at third on the infield single. And the Cubs have runners at the corners. That'll bring up team RBI leader Ron Santo. Santo leads the club in batting at a lofty .387, 7 home runs, and a whopping 31 RBIs, which would place him among the league leaders in that category. With runners at the corners, the Cardinals early in the game will be at double play depth. Bryles from the stretch. The pitch to Santo. It's a 2-9. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Home plate umpire Pelakudis rings him up. And here's Altman. I remember Pelakudis. Well, if you followed baseball at all during that time period, that's a hard name to forget, isn't it? So here's Altman now, runners at the corners. Altman just 7 for 55 so far. That's a 127 average. He does not have a home run. So Altman trying to get it going. Bryles trying to get out of this inning. The pitch to Altman on a 6-7 left-handed is a grounder to second base X. That's going to be for Javier, a good second baseman, 2E15. Here's the play on a 3. A diving stop behind the bag. Javier hops to his feet, fires over to first just in time, and the side is retired. And it's a web gem by Julian Javier. 4-3X exclamation for the Cubs. No runs, 2 hits, they leave a pair. And after half an inning of play, it's Chicago 0, St. Louis coming to bat. And there's Thomas. Yeah, you were the one that saw. I knew somebody saw Bryles as a youngster. That was you, Thomas. All righty, let's go over the Cardinals lineup here. Javier, who made that spectacular play to end the inning, he leads off at second base. Mike Shannon will be in right field. Kurt Flood is in center. Orlando Cepeda at first base hits cleanup. Phil Gagliano gets the start at third base. Tim McCarver will do the catching. Jerry Buchak at short. Bobby Tolan in left dropped down to the 8th spot. Really more where he belongs, let's be honest. And Bryles, the pitcher, hitting 9th. Actually, if I'm looking at the St. Louis team, Hang on a second. I've got these benches all ass backwards here. The Cubs bench should be over here in the visitors spot. All right, that's more like it. No Lou Brock. That's why Tolan's playing. I'm not sure what happened to Brock. I'm kind of curious now. I meant to do these things before the game. But I was out today getting a new set of tires, and oh my goodness, what a difference. You could feel the dramatic difference immediately. I want to look at the game log for Lou Brock for 66. So he comes back the next game. He's back on May 26th. He's available off the bench, of course. Oh, yeah, me too, Franklin. Yeah, they had their own umpires, and the National League was known as the High Strike League, and the American League, the Low Strike League. Oh, for the old days, right? All righty, here's Holtzman now. Julian Javier to lead it off. Let's check his stats on the replay. He's hitting just 165, 3 homers, 7 RBIs. The Julian off to a very slow start this season. Holtzman into the windup. Pitch to Javier is a 3-9 left-hander. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Fielded cleanly by Beckert. Throws over to Altman, 1 down. Javier grounding out to his opposite number. And that'll bring up Mike Shannon, the right fielder. Shannon at 262, 4 home runs, 7 RBIs. Holtzman into the windup. That's going to be a 5-12 righty. It's a grounder to second base X. Tough chance for Beckert, 2E26, ranging behind the bag. On an 11, it's the E rating. So we've got a roll of a 9 on a 26. A fine stop by Beckert. Throws him out, 2 down. Nice play, Beckert. Shannon retired. And greetings and welcome to Jim. Let me refresh my screen here. We'll see who else has popped in. Two out, nobody on. Here's Flood. Kurt Flood hitting 289, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. There's Ben Witz, just made it in. And I'm getting confused on the Michaels again. So Michael Haynes is not the Michael from Airway Heights. Or is he? Anyway, here's Flood. Holtzman with the windup. 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed strike 3. And 1-2-3 go the Cardinals in the first. Holtzman comes out dealing. He's had a spectacular season to this point. Yes, and the National League had the smaller ones that they wore under their jackets. Total contrast of styles. Yeah, that's right, Ben, and they only met in the World Series. Okay, so it's Michael Reimer who's I did have it right. So Michael Haynes, where are you from, if you don't mind my asking? We know where Michael Reimer's from. Probably walking distance of the new casino, if I had to guess. West Virginia, thank you. Yes, you've told me that before. My apologies. We go to the second inning here. Here's Randy Hundley. Let's check the numbers on Hundley. He's hitting 271, 5 home runs, 22 RBIs for the right-handed hitting catcher. Bryles gets the side now. Here's the pitch on a 2-8 right-handed. He pops him up on the left side. Jerry Buchek squeezes it, 1 down. And that probably explains the high strike, low strike tendency, right, Ben? Here's Byron Brown now. Brown hitting .287. 7 home runs, 22 RBIs for Byron. Bryles into the windup. That's going to be a 1-6 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Tolan, just shy of the track, hauls it in. It's a loud out for Byron Brown. Let's take another look at it. 1-6 righty is a homer to 9 on its 17. Just a long fly ball to left, and with 2 down, Don Kessinger will be the batter. Switch hitting shortstop, batting lefty against Bryles. Kessinger comes into the game with a .270 average. No home runs, just 7 RBIs. Bryles into the windup. That's a 1-4 right-handed. It's a fly ball to left field. Tolan coming in a bit now. He's there and grabs it for the 3rd out. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Bryles. And we are scoreless through 1.5. How is everybody doing today? Here's Holtzman. Holtzman, as mentioned previously, entered the game with a 2.34 ERA so far in the replay. Exactly, Thomas. I used to wonder that too. Really, I used to wonder why they didn't get it together and play by a common set of, well, not rules necessarily, but what's the word I'm looking for? A consistent approach to calling balls and strikes, let's just say. Here's Orlando Cepeda. He'll lead off the bottom of the 2nd. Cepeda, let me go to the other page and I can check his overall combined numbers. Cepeda hitting .260 on the season, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. With St. Louis, .313, 1 home run. Holtzman into the windup. The pitch to Orlando is a 4-6 right-handed, and he pops him up. Kessinger calling. He's got it. Pop out to short, 1 down. Here's Gagliano now. Gagliano just 4 for 22. Does not have a home run. Holtzman into the windup. Pitch to Phil is a 2-6, and he loses him, ball 4. Gagliano will take his base. Not a threat to steal, but let's check the Cubs battery. Holtzman with a fine -3 hold. Hundley a 0. That makes Gagliano a 10. He won't be going anywhere, and here's Tim McCarver. McCarver batting a robust .350 so far. In fact, he'd be the official batting leader on the team with enough qualifying at bats, even though Buchek and Kernick with higher averages. 2 homers, 14 RBIs for Tim, left-handed hitting catcher. Holtzman out of the stretch. That's a 5-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3, and down goes McCarver, 2 away. Second strikeout for Holtzman, and here's Jerry Buchek, the leading hitter at .368. 2 home runs, 17 RBIs. So far, Buchek's bat has more or less made up for his league-leading 10 errors. The pitch from Holtzman. 1-4 lefty. It's a foul ball back of the plate. Hundley throws the mask away and grabs it for the out. Side retired. For the Cardinals, no runs, no hits, 1 left. And we are scoreless through 2. And greetings and welcome to Charlie. Hang on, I gotta check something here. Be right with you. Holtzman will be leading it off for the Cubs when we return. Okay, I know what it is. That was just Mookie's water fountain. I thought I heard water running somewhere. How are things in the Windy City, Charlie? Here's Holtzman, lead off the third. He's a right-handed batter. Ryle's pitch is a 5-7 right-handed, and Holtzman ground ball into left field for a single. A leadoff single for Holtzman. Holtzman helping his cause here. I like that, Michael. Yes, if you could check a 4E56, that speaks for itself. Here's Adolfo Phillips. He doubled his first time up. Riles checks the runner. Now here's the pitch to Adolfo. That's a 5-5 right-handed. Fly ball into right field and playable for Shannon. He makes the grab. Back to the bag goes Holtzman. Here's Beckert now, 0 for 1. Pitch from Bryles on a 2-5. It's a triple to 8. On 20, he's going to settle for a long double. Holtzman could try to score on that. The play would be to center field. Flood a 0. Holtzman, a pitcher, is going to be held at third. If you've watched regularly, you know that I don't have pitchers stretch the extra base very often. Perhaps in a crucial situation they might. On the other hand, if the situation were that crucial, they probably would have been out for a pinch hitter / pinch runner at that point. So with runners at second and third and 1 out, here's Billy Williams with Ron Santo on deck. Billy singled his first time up. Early in the game, I'm going to roll the die for in or back. 1 to 3 will play in, and the Cardinals will play in. Bryles gets the sign now from McCarver. Pitch to Billy is a 6-6, and he walks him to load the bases. Oh my goodness, and the Cubs have the bases loaded with 1 out here in the third inning. Cleanup man Ron Santo coming to bat. Santo, of course, once again, leads the club in RBIs with 31. 31 in 34 games. Not bad at all. He's among the league leaders in that category. Now they'll be at double play depth with the bases loaded. And McCarver's headed out to the mound. He wants to see if he can settle Bryles down a little bit. Bryles only 5 for endurance anyway. Okay, the meeting is over. McCarver back behind the plate. Bryles set now. Here's the pitch to Santo. That's a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. This could be 2. Javier a 2E15. Here's the play on a 1. He can't get it. He knocks it down, gets up. He has no play. It'll go as an infield single, and a run will score. It's 1-0 Chicago. Holtzman crosses the plate. That's an RBI for Santo. Beckert stops at third, Williams to second, and the batter will be Altman. Bases loaded, 1 away. Bryles staring in. Here's the pitch to George Altman now on a 2-5 right-handed. That is a double into the right field corner. Double to 11. He rolls the 11. Here comes Beckert to score. Here comes Williams to score. Santo rounding 11. Shannon -2, 9. They will put the brakes on and hold him up. So Santo holds at third on a 2-run double by Altman. And the Cubs lead it 3-0. And that's going to get him scurrying around in the St. Louis pen. And Kissinger, mostly a right-handed lineup. They used Don Dennis in real life, a right-handed pitcher. Dennis will warm up in this game. Cardinals will bring the infield in for Randy Hundley. I should start calling him Randy. Don't call me Todd Hundley, because I cannot tell you how many times I've almost said Todd Hundley. And I'm sure you understand why. Okay, 4 hits in the inning and a walk for the Cubs. Woo, okay, second and third, 1 down only. Infield in, the pitch to Hundley is a 5'9" right-handed. It's a fly ball to center field, fairly deep. Back goes Flood. Flood makes the catch. Sano will tag and score, and that makes it 4-0. RBI Hundley on the sac fly. And here's Byron Brown. Brown flew to left his first time up. Bryles set now. The pitch to Brown is a 1-5 right-handed base hit into center field. That's an open single. Altman rounding. He's a 12-14. Flood a 0. They're sending him. The throw to the plate, 1-14, and he is out of there. Nice peg by Curt Flood to gun down Altman at the plate. And the side is retired. The Cubs, however, score 4 big runs on 5 hits. They leave a man, and they take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the third. And there's Jeremiah. Welcome back, Jeremiah. It's been a while. You were the answer to a trivia question, because on Friday's game, I was trying to figure out, someone had coined a name for the Friday game, and I couldn't think of it. And then I had looked up the previous week's game. It was the Friday happy hour game, and it was you who coined the phrase. That's become a thing, by the way. We're going with that. So, a tip of the cap to Jeremiah for coming up with the Friday happy hour title. I like that one. And we're moving to the bottom of the third. Holtzman working with a 4-run lead now. He'll be facing Tolan, the pitcher's spot, and Javier. It's probably going to be an early shower for Bryles. Left on left, the pitch to Tolan is a 3-10. It's a grounder the other way down to third base. Santo over to Altman, 1 away. And now the Cardinals are going to pinch hit for Bryles. Bryles wasn't fooling anybody today. He'll have an early shower. Don Dennis will come on in the 4th. In 3 innings of work, Bryles allowed 7 hits, 4 runs, walked 1, struck out 1. And let's see who the hitter is going to be. Ed Spezio will pinch hit for the pitcher. So a rare quick hook, at least for me. Just feel like with Bryles, a 5-inning pitcher anyway, not pitching well, time to make the move. Spezio just 1 for 5 on the season, all as a pinch hitter. Holtzman into the windup. That's going to be a 3-7, a ground ball to shortstop. Kessinger has it, fires over to Altman, 2 away. Spezio retired. and the batter will be Javier. Holtzman gets his sign. Here's the pitch now to Julian. It's a 2-7 lefty, and he walks him. Second walk issued by Holtzman. Javier, a star 16 stealer, minus 313. He will not be held with a 4-run lead and 2 outs. The Cubs saying, if you want to go 65%, go for it. Runner on first, 2 down for Mike Shannon. Shannon 0 for 1 today. Holtzman gets the sign from the stretch. Pitch to Shannon is a 2-5 left-handed. That is a high fly ball driven into the gap. It splits the gap and will roll to the wall for a double. Javier can try to score on that. Phillips picking it up. Javier 16-18. Phillips a 0. Shannon 14. They're going to send him the throw. 1-18. He scores, and Shannon will move up to third. RBI for Mike Shannon. That makes it 3-1. Cubs probably should have cut that off, but they got greedy there, trying to get the runner at the plate. And the batter will be Flood. Runner at third, 2 out. Holtzman's pitch to Flood is a 2-6, and he walks him. Second walk of the inning issued by Holtzman. Flood star 15, not held at 12, and the batter will be the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda now the tying run at the plate. And that's going to send Randy Hundley out to the mound. 2 walks and a double after there were 2 out already in the inning. And welcome Mike Terranova. Good to have you. And Thomas, thank you for the update there. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I had heard on the morning show that it was very likely that Bellinger was headed to the Yankees. Good move for the Yankees, I think. Left-handed bat in that ballpark. And they needed a center fielder so they can put Judge back in right field. Okay. Meeting on the mound is broken up by Pellicudis. And now Holtzman ready to go to work on Cepeda. Here's the pitch to Orlando. It's a 4-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3, and that'll do it for the Cardinals. Third strikeout for Holtzman. The Cardinals get a run on a hit and leave the pair. After 3 innings of play, it's 4-1 Cubs. Cubs have been insanely hot. If you're not aware, they began the season 1-10, so they are 16-7 from that point on. New pitcher for the Cardinals, Don Dennis. Dennis has been horrible so far. There's no other way to put it. He's 0-1 with an ERA of 13.5. 6 innings of work. He surrendered 16 hits. We'll see how he does here against the Cubs. Kessinger batting left-handed against Dennis. Dennis with the pitch on a 3-11 righty. It's a liner right into the glove of Buchek. So a liner to short, 1 down. That'll bring up Holtzman. Holtzman, a right-handed hitter. 5-8 right-handed, and Holtzman's got his second hit of the game as he bangs a ground ball right up the middle. Grounder with eyes, as they say, in the center field for a single. And here's Adolfo Phillips now. Phillips 1 for 2. Dennis working from the stretch. The pitch to Phillips is a 2-6. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Phillips doesn't like it, muttering as he walks away. And it'll be up to Glenn Beckert. Dennis getting the sign now. The pitch to Beckert is a 1-8 right-handed. It's a single, 2 stars. And Holtzman rounds and keeps on going right into third base. Some heads-up base running there by Holtzman. And the batter will be Billy Williams. There's action again in the St. Louis pen. I'm checking the usage now. Left-hander Kurt Simmons throwing down there. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Here's Billy Williams. Don Dennis stares in. The pitch to Billy is a 2-9 right-handed. Little comebacker to Dennis. He has it. Flips to Cepeda, and the side is retired. The Cubs strand 2. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. We're going to the bottom of the 4th here. All right, and cleaning off the glasses. And we are all set. Phil Gagliano will start off the 4th. Walked his first time up. Holtzman into the windup. It's a 6-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 4 for Holtzman. And the batter will be McCarver. McCarver struck out his first time against Holtzman. Left on left now. Holtzman comes in there with a 6-3 left-handed, and McCarver bangs a base hit into right field. 1-out single McCarver, one of the few star stealers among the catchers in this set. A star 15, not held at 12. And the batter will be Buchek. Buchek once again came into the game hitting .368. Fouled out to the catcher his first time up. Here's the roll now. Holtzman with the pitch on a 2-5. Called strike 3. Pelikutis rings him up. 2 Ks in the inning for Holtzman. And that'll bring up Tolan, the left fielder. 0 for 1 on the day. Left on left, Holtzman delivers a 5-9, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Ken Holtzman has struck out the side. No runs, a hit, 1 left for the Cardinals. We've played 4 innings here. It's 4-1 in Chicago. And let's add them up now for Holtzman. 3, 4, 5. That's 6 strikeouts now for Holtzman. And Dennis will come out for another inning. Simmons just about ready behind him. Sano will lead it off. He's 1 for 2. Dennis under the windup. Pitch to Sano is a 3-3 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop. Charging it is Buchek. Short hops it, throws on the run in time. And with 1 away, the batter is Altman. Altman doubled in on 2 runs in the 3rd. He's 1 for 2. Left-handed hitter. Dennis into the windup. That's going to be a 3-10 right-handed little comebacker. Dennis knocks it down, now picks it up, throws to Cepeda for the out. And quickly there are 2 down in the 5th. Hundley 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Dennis' pitch is a 1-5. Struck him out. Called strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Don Dennis. So Dennis pitched 2 nice innings. That'll help his earned run average. And that will be it for Dennis. Leading off the bottom of the 5th, the Cardinals will send up a pinch hitter for Dennis. Dennis, 2 innings today. He gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. Kurt Simmons will be the next pitcher for St. Louis. Going to the bench now against Holtzman. And the batter will be Charlie Smith. Smith hitting .311 on the season, 135 at-bats, normally the starting third baseman. 2 homers, a dozen RBIs for the right-handed hitter. Holtzman gets the sign from Hundley now. And the pitch to Smith on a 3-5 left-handed. He bangs a line drive single into left. So Smith off the bench comes through with a leadoff single. That'll turn the lineup over, and the batter will be Javier. Holtzman, a check of the runner. Now from the stretch. That's a 2-7. Ball 4, he loses him. 4th walk issued by Holtzman. So Holtzman's stuff has been crisp today. The command a little bit spotty. And the Cardinals have 1st and 2nd and nobody out. We're only in the 5th. Holtzman a 7 for endurance. The batter will be Mike Shannon. Shannon 1 for 2 with a double. Holtzman gets the sign now. Here's the pitch to Shannon on a 6-8 right-handed. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Back-to-back walks here. That loads him up. And the heart of the order coming up. And that's going to send Hundley out to the mound. That's going to get him stirring in the Cubs' pen. And I'm going to take just a moment here. I'm checking the usage numbers in the Cubs pen. Cal Kuntz, the right-hander, is up. And he's joined by Bob Hendley from the left side. So 4-1 Cubs in the bottom of the 5th. The Cardinals have loaded the bases with nobody out. Curt Flood at the plate, Orlando Cepeda on deck. Holtzman stares in now. The full windup. The pitch to Flood is a 1-4 left-handed. He pops him up. Infield fly rule. Kessinger calls for it. He's there. And that's a big out for Holtzman. Not out of the woods yet. Here's Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda 0 for 2 today. Holtzman staring in to get the sign. Here's that leg kick. The pitch. It's a 2-9 ground ball to second base to the left of Beckert. He's got it. Only play is to first. Everybody's going to move up and a run will score. So Charlie Smith crosses the plate. That'll be an RBI for Cepeda. Javier goes to third, Shannon to second. That makes it a 4-2 ball game with 2 away. Phil Gagliano will be the batter. McCarver on deck. He'll pitch to Gagliano. Here's the pitch from Holtzman. It's a 2-6, and he loses in ball 4. Third walk of the inning, reloads the bases. That's 3, 4, 6 walks for Holtzman. Kuntz is ready. Henley still throwing. They're going to give him one more hitter here. Left on left, he's pitching to McCarver. That's going to be a 6-3. McCarver bangs a base hit into right field. It's an open single. Javier can walk home. Shannon can try to score. That's to right field. Billy Williams is a +1. Shannon 14, 2 out, 16, 17. Gagliano to third, not fast. That's the tying run. They're throwing to the plate, 1-17. He's safe. And on a 5, Gagliano advances. Two RBIs for McCarver. That'll tie the game. And here comes DeRocher, and that's going to do it for Holtzman. Looking to do a double switch here. Cal Kuntz coming on. Looks like we're going to get to see Ernie Banks after all. We won't do the switch with the catcher. Kuntz, the pitcher, will go into Altman's spot. And in the 9 spot will be Ernie Banks. He'll take over at first base. Banks a 3E13 at first. Holtzman started this game out great guns. His day ends at 4 2/3. He only surrendered 4 hits, but the walks killed him today. 3, 4, 5, 6 walks. And 6 strikeouts. So a very odd game for Holtzman. I'll tell you, Mike, if McCarver had been right-handed, it would have stopped right there. With a left-handed batter, lefty pitcher, why not? Didn't work out. We're all tied up at 4 now. First and third, 2 away, and here's Buchek facing new pitcher Cal Kuntz. Kuntz gets the sign from Hundley. That's going to be a 4-3 right-handed. It's a grounder to first base X. That's Banks just inserted into the game. 3E13. Here's the play on a 20. Ernie has it. Flips it to Kuntz covering, and that will do it. 3-1X, side retired, but the Cardinals come up with 3 runs on just 2 hits, thanks to 3 walks by Holtzman. After 5 innings, we are all knotted up at 4. Here's Curt Simmons coming on now, the 3rd St. Louis pitcher of the day. Boy, you said it, Jim. They didn't really count him back then. Well, they did. It's just we didn't hear about it. They usually had a starting pitcher on his off day charting pitches. So they did have a count. They just didn't pay that much attention to it. Now they pay too much attention to it. Bottom third of the order for the Cubs, it'll be Brown, Kessinger, and Banks. Curt Simmons on the season. Let's look at his numbers. He is 1-1 with a 4.26. 2 starts, 5 relief appearances. Left-handed pitcher. Gets the sign from McCarver. 6-7 to the right-hander is a grounder to second base X. That's Javier. Javier again ranging to his left. 2E15 on a 9 is the error range. It's that dreaded 5, and he boots it off of Javier's glove for an error. First error of the game. And for Julian, trying to find him here, that's his 5th error of the season. Zero pitcher hold, -1 catcher. Brown's a 12, not held. Kessinger will bat right-handed against Curt Simmons. I know, Ben, right? You saw me change him. Doesn't seem to matter. On the 5 error roll, it's a 4 out of 36 chance. It's 1 out of 9. Seems more than that, doesn't it? Simmons ready to work from the stretch. The pitch to Kessinger is a 2-8 left-handed, and he bangs a single into right field. Brown will round and go to third, and just like that, here come the Cubs. They've got him on the corners with nobody out. Kessinger star 15. That would make him a 14. They're going to have to hold him at 12. And here's Ernie Banks for his first at-bat of the afternoon. Ernie hitting .257, 3 homers, 16 RBIs. And exactly Kurt Miller and welcome. The biggest factor of them all, in my opinion, to the pitcher injuries is the lowered mound. Oh, sure, there are other factors. Cardinals have played at double play depth. Simmons, the lefty, ready to go to work here. Here's the pitch to Ernie Banks. That's going to be a 1-11. It's a foul ball left side. Over is Gagliano. He's got it. Runners have to hold on the foul out to third, and here's Adolfo Phillips, now the leadoff man. Phillips 1 for 3 today. Infield back. Here's the pitch to Phillips. That's going to be a 6-7 right-handed. It's a grounder to second base X. Redemption time for Javier. Could be 2. 2E15 on a 20. It's Javier to Buchek to Cepeda. Double play. (4-6-3-X). For the Cubs, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. Neither starting pitcher will have anything to do with this one. Rough day for the starters. We can close the book on Holtzman. Kuntz due to bat 4th in the 7th. Cardinals have Tolan, the pitcher's spot, and Javier. Tolan 0 for 2 on the day. Kuntz ready to go here. Here's the windup on the pitch to Tolan. It's a 3-6 right-hander. A little comebacker. Kuntz has it. Flips to Banks. 1 down. And now what to do with Simmons. Let's check the Cardinal pen. They're going to bat for him. And the batter will be Tito Francona. Larry Jaster will be coming on for St. Louis. And with 1 away, the batter is Francona. Francona on the year, just 4 for 20. He does have a home run. And Kurt Dennis already pitched. He was the first reliever in after Bryle's early exit. Kuntz ready to pitch to Francona. The right-hander winds and deals. That's a 6-6 left-handed. It's a double to 9 on a 10. He'll settle for the long single. And Francona is aboard. So the Cardinals are 2 for 3 with pinch hitters today. Javier 0 for 1, walked twice. Kuntz staring in to get the sign. Now from the stretch. It's going to be a 6-3 right-handed. It's a base hit into center field for Javier. An open single. Francona will hold at second. And the Cardinals threatening here in the bottom of the 6th. Batter is Mike Shannon. Throwing in the Cubs pen is Fergie Jenkins. Back-to-back singles here off of Kuntz. Shannon 1 for 2 with a walk. Hundley flashing the sign. Pitch from Kuntz is a 2-10. It's a fly ball to right field, playable. Williams backing up a few steps and makes the catch. It'll be up to Curt Flood now. First and second, 2 away. Flood 0 for 2 today. Walked in the 3rd. Kuntz staring in to get the sign now. The pitch to Flood is a 6-6 right-handed. It's a base hit into left field. An open single for Flood. This could be interesting. Francona out there. He's rounding. 9-11 to left field where Brown is. He's a 0 with 2 outs. Cepeda up. That's a tough call. And I'm going to let the die decide it. 1-3 they send him. 4-6 he holds at third. He's going to hold him up and let Cepeda hit. So the bases will be loaded. Maybe should have pinch run for Francona there. But that's their third pinch hitter. Their bench is getting a little thin. And you know they're going to need at least one more pinch hitter. Possibly 2. And here comes DeRocher. And that's going to be it for Kuntz. Kuntz due to hit 4th and the 7th. They're going to bring in Jenkins to face Cepeda. And we'll do a double switch here in center field. Phillips made the last out. So Jenkins is going to go in that spot. Ty Klein will take over in center. Hell of a game here today. Oh, is that for me, Kurt? Well, I'm on the east side. I don't really see much. I don't read any Seattle papers. In fact, I don't even get the Spokane paper. I get what little news I get online. Welcome to Gerald. How's it going, Gerald? We got a wild game today. A lot of pitchers used, a lot of pinch hitters. Here's Fergie Jenkins now taking his warm-ups for Kuntz. He worked 1 inning. He gave up 3 hits, no walks. Did not strike out anybody. Francona's at third. Javier at second. Flood at first. Orlando Cepeda, the hitter. He's 0 for 3 today. Jenkins ready to go to work. Here's the pitch, full windup. Pitch to Orlando on a 5-7. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And Fergie Jenkins comes in and puts out the rally. 3 hits for the Cardinals, but nothing doing, and they leave the bases loaded in the 6th inning. Oh my goodness. What a game. Holy cow. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I've been really blessed to have some excellent close games in this replay. And that calls for a refill on the coffee. I'm going to take a quick one here. Alrighty, we're back. Simmons was hit for, he's out. Jaster coming on to pitch for St. Louis. Boy, they sure did, Ben. Had to do something there with Kuntz. Kuntz ends up with a scoreless inning despite surrendering 3 hits. So Kuntz got the final out of the 5th to put out a rally. Couldn't make it through the 6th. And now we go to the 7th in a 4-4 tie. Larry Jaster, the lefty, takes over for the Cardinals. Jaster, 3-1 with a 1.96, 5 stars, just 1 relief appearance. And he'll be looking at Beckert, Williams, and Santo. McCarver flashing the signs now. Jaster ready to go to work. The pitch to Beckert is a 6-5 right-handed. That is a single to left field. Homer to 13. Beckert a weak, rolls to 12. That's a long single, and Beckert aboard. So the go-ahead run on to start the 7th. Beckert with good speed. Jaster a +1, balanced out by McCarver's -1. And Glenn Beckert will be held on at 14. Billy Williams due up, Ron Santo to follow. Williams 1 for 2 with a walk. Left on left, Jaster out of the stretch. It's a 3-11, and Williams bangs a base hit into right field. That's an open single. Beckert's rounding, 14, Shannon -2, 12. They will hold him up. Back-to-back singles for the Cubs open the 7th in a wild game here today. And the batter is Santo. Woodchick, Horner, and Stallard remaining in the St. Louis pen. Give me a second here. I better check my computer only, guys. Let's see what else they have. Not much to help there. Ron Piche, or Pitch, Piche. He's a righty. Here's Santo, 1 for 3 on the day. Runners take their lead. Jaster comes in there with a 2-7 left hand, and it's a ground ball to short. This could be 2. It's Buchek to Javier to Cepeda, double play. Beckert winds up on 3rd. And with 2 away, it'll be Ty Klein. Klein came into the game in that double switch. On the season, Klein 6 for 25. That's a 240 average. Left on left, as Jaster delivers a 3-9, and he hits him. Oh my goodness. Klein hit by the pitch. The star 17 held at 15. And Randy Hundley, the batter. Runners at the corners, runner being held. Here's Hundley. Hundley 0 for 2 today, had a sac fly back in the third. Jaster stares in to get the sign line. Pitch to Hundley is a 3-10 left-handed. Hard hit ground ball to third. Gagliano has it to Cepeda. And that will end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, a man left. Huge double play. Bailed out Jaster there. As we stretch for the 7th, it's a 4-4 tie. I used to know the Los Angeles writers in my youth, Kurt. Jim Murray, probably the all-time favorite. So Jenkins, who got the last out in the 6th, he'll come out again. Well, let's take a look at the cat. No surprises there. What's up there, Mookie? Bottom of the 7th in a wild one here. Wilder than the score would indicate, that's for sure. We've seen 7 pitchers so far. 2 double switches for the Cubs. 3 pinch hitters for the Cardinals. Now it's Gagliano, McCarver, and Buchek facing Fergie Jenkins. Gagliano 0 for 1, walked twice. The pitch from Jenkins is a 2-11 right-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop, fielded there by Kessinger. Over to Banks, 1 down. And here's McCarver. McCarver 2 for 3 today. Big 2-run single in the 5th. That tied the ball game. Jenkins gets the sign. It's a 5-9 left-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Fergie. And here's Buchek now, 0 for 3 today. Buchek cooling off a bit after that early season surge. Now Jenkins set to work. The pitch to Jerry is a 4-9 right-handed, a triple to 1. On a 6 is a loud, long fly ball to center. Going back is Klein, who makes the catch to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals in the 7th. You know, I do, Michael. I absolutely do get that feeling. Oh, yeah, Jeremiah. That was McQuay Falls in Big Sur, California. He was a real hit down there. It wasn't very crowded. It was late September when I was there. Kind of an overcast day, which was nice for me. Because you got to hike a little ways to get there. I'm not much of a hiker, so yeah, the sun had beaten down. No, thank you. I was fine with the weather just the way it was. As was Mookie. Okay, 8th inning we go. Brown, Kessinger, and Banks for the Cubs. Jaster, his 2nd inning of work. He's rated 3 for relief endurance. The left-hander set now. The windup. The pitch to Byron Brown on a 3-7. Struck him out. Called strike 3. Brown walks away, muttering. And here's Kessinger. Dawn 1 for 3, batting right-handed against Jaster. Jaster's pitch is a 1-7. It's a two-hopper to short, backhanded by Buchek. Fires across in time. And that'll bring up Ernie Banks. Banks in the 9 spot. 0 for 1 in this one. Jaster set. Pitch to Ernie on a 3-8. Struck him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs in the 8th. Here's Jenkins now. Jenkins set to lead off the top of the 9th. Holy cow, this game is intense. Tolan, the pitcher's spot, and Javier. Tolan 0 for 3 today. Jenkins into the windup. Pitch to Bobby Tolan on a 6-9 left-handed as a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be Kessinger. Kessinger into the hole, a 2E40. Here's the play on a 13. He's there. Plant strong throw in time. What the hell? That was Mookie. Now we'll have a pinch hitter for Jaster. Jaster worked 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks. He did hit a batter and struck out 2. The batter will be Lou Brock. Oh, he actually caught part of the end of the laptop when he jumped down. Hang on a second. Well, I don't know what made him come flying down off of there, but that was something. All right, with 1 away, the batter is Brock, pinch hitting for Jaster. Brock on the season, 260, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Leads the majors in stolen bases with 17. Brock, a left-handed hitter. Jenkins to Brock. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-12 left-handed. It's a grounder to first base X. That's going to be Banks. 3E13. Here's the result of that play on a 10. It's the E range. The roll is a 7 on a 13. Banks has it. Flips to Jenkins covering and just does beat Brock to the bag. And that'll bring up Javier. Javier 1 for 2, walked twice. Jenkins into the windup. That's a 5-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Jenkins, 7 up, 7 down for Fergie Jenkins. What a job out of the pen for Fergie. New pitcher for St. Louis. It'll be the pitcher's spot. Beckert and Williams, if anybody gets on Santo. They're going to go to the ace, Horner. Let me just check Horner's usage quickly, but I'm pretty sure that's who it's going to be. Oh, definitely. He needs some work. It's either him or Woodashik. You sure as hell can't trust Stallard in a game like this. I'm going to catch up on the chat for a minute here before we go to the 9th. No mice here. No bugs either. I forgot all about the gun thing, Kurt. I do remember that. Oh my goodness. Thank you for jogging my memory. For the Cubs, they'll send up a hitter for Jenkins. In a way, I hate to take Jenkins out. He worked 2 1/3 flawless innings today. Struck out 3. Not much left on the bench. The batter will be Jimmy Stewart. That leaves Ron Campbell, Wes Covington, and second catcher John Boccabella on the Cubs bench. Horner on the season has been sensational. He's just been in 7 games, 0-1 with 5 saves, a 0.9 ERA in 10 innings of work. Stewart, a switch hitter, will be batting righty against Horner. Horner's set to work now. Here's the pitch to Stewart on a 6-6. It's a grounder up the middle, cut off by Buchek, who turns and throws him out. That'll bring up Beckert with 1 down. Beckert 3 hits on the day. Doubled in the 3rd, singled in the 4th, singled again in the 7th. Horner gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Beckert on a 5-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Two down, nobody on, and here's Williams. 2 for 3 with a walk today. Left on left, Horner set. It's a 1-7 grounder to second base. That's Javier. Makes the play. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Horner. That's funny. Cubs will need a new pitcher. Right-handed batters due up. They're going to go to their closer. Ted Abernathy coming in. Abernathy, 5 saves, 3.52 in 15 innings of work. It will be Shannon, Flood, and Cepeda for the Cardinals. You know, we used to say that when I was young about Lolich, and I saw a picture of him recently and thought, man, our definition of overweight must have been a lot different back then. Bottom of the 9th, 4-4 all. Here's Mike Shannon to start it off. Mike 1 for 3 with a walk today, facing right-handed Abernathy. The windup and the pitch on a 5-9, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Down goes Shannon. 1 away, and here's Curt Flood. Smelling like extra innings today, fellas. Flood 1 for 3 with the walk. Abernathy into the windup. The pitch to Flood is a 1-3 liner right into the glove of Santo. So Flood hit it on the screws, but right at Santo. And with 2 outs, it's up to Cepeda. Orlando 0 for 4 today. Abernathy gets his sign. The windup, the pitch, 3-4. Struck him out, and we're going to the 10th. Holy cow. Both the closers in. 4 pitchers for the Cubs, 5 for the Cardinals. The Cubs pen in a little bit better shape. They've got 2 lefties and Bill Fall down there. It's going to be Santo, Klein, and Hundley for the Cubs. Horner, just a 2 for relief endurance. This is his first endurance inning as he faces Santo. The windup and the pitch. 3-5 left-handed, single to 7 on a 14. That liner is speared at third by Gagliano. That'll bring up Klein, the center fielder. He was plunked his first and only time up today. Left on left, Corner delivers on a 3-5, struck him out. 2 down quickly, and it's up to Hundley. Corner gets the sign from McCarver now. Here's the windup, the pitch to Hundley on a 3-6, swung on and missed, strike 3. Third strikeout for Horner. 1, 2, 3 go the Cubs in the 10th. Abernathy will come out for his second inning of work. It'll be Gagliano, McCarver, and Buchek for St. Louis. I want to thank everybody for watching today. It's been a week for me. I got new tires this morning. Tomorrow morning, early doctor's appointment. Trying to have him look at all this. His right knee and left shoulder have been banged up for 6 weeks or so. Ever since the trip, actually. Okay, here we are in the bottom of the 10th. Gagliano 0 for 2, walked twice. Abernathy gets the sign. The pitch to Phil is a 4-8 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's the third strikeout for Abernathy. Here's McCarver now, 2 for 4 on the day. Abernathy staring in to get the sign. The pitch to Tim McCarver is a 2-6. McCarver will sharply hit line drive single into right field. Williams picks it up. McCarver rounds and holds it first. Let's check that battery now. McCarver, a star 15 stealer. Abernathy with a -2 hold. Hundley a 0. McCarver at 13. They really can't take any chances. He is going to be held at 11. And here he comes. Godzilla's on the field. Oh my goodness, you're too big for that. Yes, you're too big for that. That will be doctor's orders that I will not be following, Kurt. Yeah. Here's Buchek. McCarver held at first. Buchek 0 for 4 today. Abernathy working from the stretch. Pitch to Jerry Buchek on a 3-8 is a grounder to short plus. Runner held. That's a single, 2 stars. What a break for St. Louis. McCarver rounding goes all the way to third. And now the winning run is at third base with 1 out. Buchek, no threat to run. You think they got to have somebody better than Tolan. But they really don't. That's the sad thing. Cubs, of course, will bring the infield in. Runners at the corners and 1 down. Bobby Tolan, pitcher's spot on deck. Tolan's 0 for 4 today. Infield in. Abernathy checks the runners. Now from the stretch, the pitch to Tolan is a 3-9, and he hits him. Oh my goodness, can you believe this? Tolan hit by the pitch. That's going to load him up. Tolan, a 172 hitter in real life. Intentional walk, says Jim. Okay. Look at Tolan's card. I could probably find a pitcher's hitting card. It's good. Speaking of which, with Horner due up, we'll have a pinch hitter. So Horner goes 2. Here he comes again. Here he comes again. No, you cannot come down here. Just sit up there. There you go. No, you cannot come down here. Mookie, come on now. We've got a delay in the game. Let's see what we've got against Abernathy. Gee, many Christmas. The best hitter they have is Dal Maxville. That's who it's going to be. Yes, Dr. Rosen. Actually, he is Dr. Rosen, or pretends to be. Hey, you want to give me a hand there, Doctor? Who, me? Oh, well, haven't sterilized my hands yet. Okay, it's Maxville. Maxville 14 for 42. That's a 333 average. Infield in, bases loaded. Abernathy ready to pitch to Maxville. That is a 3-7 right-handed. It's a base hit into left, and that's the ball game. Maxville walks it off, and the fans go wild here in St. Louis. Oh my goodness, what a ball game! RBI single Maxville. McCarver crosses the plate, and in 10 innings, the Cardinals pull it out 5-4. I'll have the totals for you in a moment. What a ball game today. Holy cow. Horner ends up the winning pitcher. 6 up, 6 down for Joe. 3 strikeouts. Moon River. Oh my goodness. That is a great quotable movie, that's for sure. You do own rubber gloves, don't you? No, I rent them. I have a lease with an option to buy. Abernathy 1 1/3. He takes the loss. For Abernathy, 3 hits and a run, no walks. He did hit a batter, which proved to be huge, and struck out 3. Let's check the pitcher's records now. For Horner, he squares his record at 1-1. For Abernathy, that's his first decision. He's 0-1. Totals on the game, the Cardinals in winning. 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The Cubs 4 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Yeah, I would say I'm with Franklin here. Player of the game is Pick'em. McCarver 3 hits, including the rally starting single. He scored the winning run. Beckert a 3-hit day. McCarver with the big 2 RBI single and then a single to score the winning run. I'm inclined to go with McCarver here. Honorable mention to the entire St. Louis bullpen. They pitched 7 scoreless innings after Bryles got roughed up. And Holtzman started out like a house afire and then walked everybody. Player of the game is going to be McCarver. Kurt seconds it. Wow, what a game today. I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Looking ahead on the schedule, tomorrow we're going to wrap up May the 25th, 1966 with the Kansas City Athletics at the Washington Senators. American League ERA leader Fred Talbot will take the mound for the Athletics. I know, weird, right? Diego Segui gets the start for Washington. And with that, I'm going to head out of here. Thanks again, everybody. Please join me tomorrow, 1:30 Pacific. In the meantime, take care, everybody. So long for now.